Hey you guys, and welcome back. Now today I'm going to be doing one of the videos that I told you I was going to put out in this previous video that I did. And I want to tell you about a piece of a dream that I had. Now before this particular part, this is not all of the dream. This is just what I could remember, because I had dreamed so much before then. And as a matter of fact, when I woke from this dream, I was laying there and I was praying and I was talking to the Father and I was asking him to help me to remember the previous part of the dream that led up to the last part, because I was thinking maybe that part contains something important that may give me more understanding as to what the last part of the dream meant. And so I was never able to remember the first half of the dream, or the first part of the dream. But the part that I do remember, what I saw was, it was almost like I was looking at a life-size model of the United States. And it was almost as if I was looking at it on a globe, because I could see both the East Coast and the West Coast. So it wasn't really like a flat map or a flat life-size model of the United States. It was as if it was wrapped around a round object, like a globe. And so again, I don't remember the first part of the dream that led up to this, but what I saw was, I saw bins, and it looked like almost when you look at like a wrestling ring, where they have like the ropes, they have the poles, and then they have the ropes along the sides. This is the way those bins looked, except they were made out of metal. So you had like the bands of metal in between the posts, and so you could see into the bin without having to look over in it or be above it in order to see what was in it. And from what I could tell, these bins were sitting on top of the waters along the coastline of the United States. So there was one on the East Coast, and then there was one along the West Coast, and I could see both of them. Now, what's interesting about these bins, that's what I'm calling them, is bins, I don't know of a better word for them, maybe container, is that both of them contain bodies, okay? And the one that was along the East Coast was filled all the way to the top with bodies. Now the one on the West Coast, it had one body, maybe two bodies in the bin, but it had a couple more bodies that were strewn out across the life-size map of the West Coast of the West Coast of the United States. And now here's the thing. I feel like one of these bins pertains to or has something to do with the children of Israel. And I say it that way because I'm not saying that this is representative of the children of Israel. I feel like it is in some way related to them. That was the feeling that I was getting while I was in the dream. And now I say related to because I feel like it has something to do with them. But again, I'm not saying that this was representing them. I'm saying that it had something to do with them, and there was something strange and something odd about the bodies that were in these bins, but I'm not going to share that with you because I don't know what that means. And I don't share all of my dreams, but I felt like this one was one that I needed to share, because when I awoke from the dream, I had prayed and asked the Father to bring it back to my remembrance, the first part of the dream, because I felt like maybe that may give me some insight into what I was seeing in this last part of the dream. And so I was laying there, and I was actually laying there, wanting or trying to drift back off to sleep. And my mind at the time was completely clear. It was completely devoid of any thoughts or anything. And while I'm laying there just waiting to drift back off to sleep, I hear, "How long have I been telling the children of Israel to get their house in order?" I hear it just as clear as day. There was nothing else in my mind, and that came through just as clear as day. So again, I don't know exactly what that dream meant, but I felt like it was something that I needed to share. So that's going to be it for this video. I just wanted to share that part of the dream with you. There's not really too much more I can add to it because I really don't know what it means. So there's not too much commentary that I can provide on this particular dream. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. I will be so happy to have you. You guys have a great day, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks.